Welcome back to the channel, and it's Brandon's Tech here, and we are going to be looking at a bunch of cases from a company called iBLASON and Subcase. They are the sister company of iBLASON. Actually, Subcase is basically the same company as iBLASON. They're basically one under the same umbrella. However, they've been so kind enough to send me a whole ton of cases for the iPhone 17 Pro Max as well as the 17 Pro. So I'm long overdue for this one. So thank you guys for your patience, and let's just jump into this review and discuss and talk about all of these phone cases. Let's go. And like I said, so iBLASON sent these cases out for me to review, as well as Subcase. They're basically the same company. As I stated in the beginning part of this intro of the video, we're going to be checking out the Aerys flip case first of all by iBLASON. So let's dive in. This case is seriously packing protection, as it's a full body case, and it even comes with a built-in kickstand, which as you can see here, and there's these two magnets on the kickstand that essentially just snaps into place. So that's a great functionality point. So let's kind of just dive in and discuss the overall case aesthetic. So if you want something that is rugged but not too heavy and bulky but feels great to use in the hand, this is the case. And it even comes with a tempered glass screen protector, basically free on the frame itself. Now, Subcase and iBLASON sent me these beautiful cases to check out for not only the 17 Pro, but also this is the case that my wife is currently using for her iPhone 17 Pro Max. Now, she absolutely loves this case so much because she actually has a thing for orange, but not the actual phone color. For some reason this year, she's not a big fan of the way that the orange turned out, so she ended up getting the silver. However, this is more her color, rose gold, but she's not into these style of cases, which is perfectly fine, but she really loves the orange with the rose gold accents. Actually, the video doesn't really do justice, but as you can see, those two magnets are there, snaps into place. So if in case this gets, difficult over time, it will never fly out by any means because of those two magnets. So that's great that iBLASON has that built into the kickstand. If you're one of those people that wants a one case that does it all, it's actually a real heavy duty 9H plus tempered glass. As you can see here, pause the video if you want to read some of the specs, but they're so kind enough to include them basically with any variant that you would be able to purchase. Now, that is absolutely a steal in my books if I had to put it in the category of value. Bottom line though, you can't go wrong with this case. If your phone is a workhorse and you want it to be well guarded, the Aerys Flip is such a great pick. And let's talk about it, because not only do you have that built-in tempered glass screen protector like I said in the beginning, but you also have a flap here at the bottom of your phone, so any dust or lint or any debris won't get into your Type-C port. You got some iBLASON branding there with a lanyard hole, and the buttons are fairly clicky, tactile, responsive, no issues whatsoever with that. And also it is got a nice smooth texture on the back here with a nice rubbery grippy sides. So I wouldn't worry about this being a super duper slippery case. Honestly, I think this is a really tough case to hold in your hand. It's not going to slide out by any means. But so launching into your camera control, you do have that camera control button here. And as you can see, with no hiccup whatsoever, and I'm not putting a lot of pressure whatsoever on that camera control button, and it literally does it justice. What up, y'all? And it's so flawless. It even works exactly as intended. So I have mine set to double click. So be wary if you do end up using this case and it's a single click. You might end up clicking it from time to time. So go into the settings, make that change, and then Bob's your uncle. So here, let's take a look at the functionality of the case. Of course, you can definitely set it down this way. It is going to actually be very, very difficult for it to completely snap back into place. It is snug. It doesn't feel loose after a couple of uses. And obviously you're going to use it this way because all your buttons are right there for your volume up and down. So typically you would be using it in landscape in this regard. Of course, you can do it this way, whichever way you feel comfortable, to be honest with you. And you can obviously use it as a portrait as well. However, keep in mind, depending on the way you angle it, it may seem a little offset, but again, it all depends on how you set the tilt angle on that, so no issues whatsoever. Now let's take a quick look at our MagSafe support. Of course, I will show you up on the screen right now. I use this as my daily driver, and you'll see that just trying to take it off any MagSafe stand in your car, you're not going to have any issues whatsoever because the magnet is super duper strong. They advertise N52 magnets basically built into the case and 18 newtons of force. So you are not going to have any problems with a MagSafe power back coming off this case. And as I showed you in the previous footage there, even in my car on the MagSafe stand, it ain't coming out. So as you can see, it is super rugged and strong. You're not going to have any problems whatsoever with wireless charging and MagSafe whatsoever. So that is a big, huge win in my books. For the overall protection, of course, you're having a multi-layer 360-degree airbag technology, and obviously it is a military grade drop protective case up to 20 feet, and that is superb. For an all-around case with a kickstand, you can't go wrong with that whatsoever. Now, with that being said, you do also have another option as well. If in case you don't want something a little more on the bulkier side, we do have from SUPCASE, which is their sister company, the UB Mag Grip case. And there is two options for this case. There's one literally without the screen protector inlay. Mine doesn't have the inlay, and it does have the camera control button, or you can get the one with doubling it up with the inlay if you wish, kind of like this case. So let's just jump in and take a look at this bad boy right here. All right, she's out of the case. Now I recommend putting it in this way, and I don't have a tempered glass screen protector, just so you know, as I put it in this case, only because I took off my tempered glass screen protector in order to put this one on, because you cannot have one or the other. However, I think there might be a way you can take this off. You might have to take a blow dryer, but I don't recommend that because that voids the warranty. So don't do that, considering the fact that this is already a tempered glass screen protector. You don't need to do that because iBLASON is generous and they give you a beautiful, strong 9" plus tempered glass. So I wouldn't recommend that whatsoever. However, if you don't want that type of case, you do have another option with the Unicorn Beetle Mag Grip, and this one is for the 17 Pro, and it is a beautifully well done constructed case. You do have MagSafe here that doubles as a kickstand, which you can do in portrait mode, and you can also do it in landscape mode, no issues whatsoever. And also the camera control is, again, very flawless, no hiccups whatsoever, very easy to use. A little bit more on the staticky side with this one, actually, to be honest with you. It does register my fingers just fine, but maybe it's just me not putting enough pressure or force onto it. But as you can see there, it works just perfectly fine. Buttons, tactile, clicky, no issues with the buttons. Very easy to use. It's not mushy and hard to press. It's very easy to press, and you do have great protection all around. Plenty of lip action right there for your camera plateau, and you do have your Type-C port right there, and it does cover up with a nice flap so no dust or lint gets in there. Lanyard hole there, and it's see-through, so you can definitely see the color of your phone, which is a nice touch, and I really like that. And this is a not too heavy but also very protective case with a great amount of lip. Just keep in mind, again, I don't have a tempered glass screen protector on currently, but if I did have a tempered glass screen protector, there's still a plenty amount of lip action there for facing it down. If in case you drop it or you put it on a rough surface, you're good to go. So that's something to keep in mind. It is a beautifully well constructed case. Now jumping in and testing out the MagSafe. Now let's see. Bam, no problem. Strong. I had to give it some give there, but keep in mind it is also a stand. So I mean, any case that has a stand, no matter the brand, no matter the phone case, depending on the type of magnet they use, you're gonna have a little bit of flopping around because it is a MagSafe stand case that's gonna be securely placed back into the phone. So no one's gonna be doing this all day just to see and test, right? But it'll be fine. Even if you're ready to carry it around like this and you're using it, it's not gonna fall out. You know, you see how it is right here. Perfectly fine. And even when I use this case on my car charging stand, not a problem whatsoever when it came to the MagSafe strength. It is about a 7 out of 10, whereas this one I would say is an 8.5 out of 10. It's definitely a strong magnet, and one of the strongest magnets I've actually used on a case to date, but I'm really critical when it comes to MagSafe strength. So, you know, take that with a grain of salt. Of course, Subcase is one of those case brands where they stand by their actual drop protection rating, and this one is also a 20-foot drop protective case, and they've basically done more than 6,000 plus drop tests in regards to their cases. Basically, I will leave a link in the description below. If you want to support the channel, of course, I will leave all affiliate links in the description. It really helps this channel grow and go a long way. And if you've not already done so, please like and subscribe this video. Now, I would like to end this video off with something completely different, where you would like to stack them up against the competitor and see what else is out there. So I got a couple here. So I have one from ESR, and I also have another one here, brand new, not out of the box yet, from UAG. Now let's take a look at these cases in regards to functionality, not only functionality, but value and price point, okay? And I'd like to, you know, give one of my honest reviews and feedback in regards to the competition, just because I know a lot of reviews out there, they don't give like a comparison. First things first, we have the ESR case, okay? It is a double layered case that, keep in mind, over time, stuff like this TPU warps. I'm not just saying that because the company iBLASON and Subcase have sponsored this video. I'm being honest because I collect cases, I change cases so often, and I just want to give you an idea if you're going to buy any of these cases, because I think these are tremendous value, and honestly, I really do. ESR is a great case company, don't get me wrong. However, I mean, over time, the hinge does get loose. It does break. I'm sure it does like this too, but I don't know long-term wise. But I've had plenty of ESR cases where the hinge breaks. And keep in mind, this does not have a magnet, so it doesn't snap into place. It kind of locks into place. You do have foam on the inside, whereas this one you don't. You do have more padding on the side, and they do advertise a great height of probably 20 feet and above, 7 times the military grade. However, I want to leave in the description a video in regards to drop protection regarding this case, because actually I'm very disappointed. You would think that this case is really protective. In reality, it's actually not, and I'll show you why. Go take a look at the video in the description by Mobile Reviews A, and I believe he's Canadian just like myself. However, he just recently put out a video one day ago called ESR Cyber Series iPhone 17 Case Review 30 Drops, and I would leave a link for you to check out this video because it basically debunks the protection aspect for this case. Don't recommend it. Honestly, after seeing that video, don't recommend it. Get that instead. Now, let's take a look at this guy right here. Now, this is the more of the protective side of things from UAG. I decided to get the 25-foot one because this is basically in the same ballpark. Putting it in the case, it just goes in real quick, but I love UAG, but I feel like they failed the 17 series because look at the screen bleed on the side. See that? This is why I'm not really sticking with UAG this year. And this is a $100 case from Amazon in Canadian dollars. This is like 30 bucks, 30-ish, 35-ish, depending if you have a sale in your region. I'm in Canada. So imagine, this is $30. This is probably $25. I'm not sure on the prices, but I know from the last time I saw them, 30 bucks, 25 bucks-ish. This is the 17 Pro. The Maxes, they're a little different in price. I believe they're a little cheaper just because there's more volume and there's more people who bought the Max over the Pro. But this is a 25-foot drop protective case. Would I trust this case in a drop? Yeah, for sure. I mean, UAG is a reputable company. I don't think they did justice when it comes to overall value this year, stacking up against a case like this, because these two cases have been my daily driver since the launch of the iPhone 17 series. And I've had these for quite some time now, and I've had different cases. But as you can see here, look how flimsy, and I like to call this frame bleed. There's such thing as screen bleed, but this is frame bleed. As you can see, the frame is literally popping out, and it's so easy to come out of the case. Look at that. I shouldn't be able to force that out. If I was to drop this on such an awkward angle, this phone would be just obliterated out of the case. I may be a little more dramatic in regards to that, but I know how UAG is. And unfortunately, the products are not the same as they used to be. The quality's there, but it's not the same. I felt like they rushed it. And again, they still are stuck with this open port for your camera control. Look at that. Like most case companies, even Mouse, have now officially transitioned over to that. But again, I may be a little nitpicky, but when it comes to overall drop protection, you know, I don't know. It's just one of those things, you know. Again, honestly, just go with iBLASON or Subcase. If you're going to spend the money and you want everything in a case, if you're on the fence of getting any of these cases, don't question it. Just, if you're not digging one of these styles, at least you have options, because Subcase really knocked it out of the park this year. Leave affiliate links in the description below and in the comment section pinned. Helps the channel out, and you do have screen protection with this option. So I'd like to personally thank Subcase for sending all of these out, as well as iBLASON. Thank you so much for your patience on this video. Things have been crazy in my personal life, and honestly, the support means a lot. And anybody watching, please like and subscribe to the channel. Any questions, comments, or concerns about this case, feel free to reach out to me and we'll talk about it. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.